Let's go! We are leading the series 2-0 over the Dallas Stars. Hello, and welcome to the nightly review where I go over the Vegas Golden Knights games after every game. You know, this playoffs has been phenomenal. Round 1, game 2. Let's go. The Vegas Golden Knights, as the road team, are up 2-0 against the Dallas Stars after winning in Dallas 3-1. As a fan of hockey, it's a shame that Vegas has a 2-0 lead going back home. This is such good hockey. Both of these teams are phenomenal teams playing against each other. If you're a Dallas fan, hey, I get some of the ref stuff from game 1, and then especially the delay of game call was tough. Everything though, and hey, Jason Robertson, like, Nick Waugh does hit his stick, but that was a really soft call for his slash, and Jason Robertson, I love the dude. He scores on the power play that he, drew. Just a fantastic play from him, fantastic shot, fantastic screen from Ben in front, and the Dallas Stars go up 1-0, but on the end of the other way, a fantastic back check from Ivan Barbashev to grab the puck, and then it opened up the ice where Jack Eichel and Marchessault were already still at the blue line about to enter. And he sends a perfect to-the-tape pass to Jack Eichel, who then Jack Eichel and Jonathan Marchessault get past the defenders. Jack Eichel is battling one Dallas-Star defender and is able to pull him away, as well as pulling Oettinger that way, with a perfectly timed, placed pass over to Jonathan Marchessault, who's able to, of course, he buried it. It was an open net. That was a fantastic finish from Jonathan Marchessault, Harley. They had a pair that was Hanley and Harley, and so I get confused. I think it's Harley. Should have hustled more to wrap up Marchessault's stick. Didn't. Really, the pass from Barbashev was fantastic. The finish from Marchessault was fantastic. But huge game-breaking play from Jack Eichel to be able to draw the defender over, Oettinger over, and still get that pass over cleanly to Marchessault, who's able to bury it, and it's his second of the playoffs. And that takes us into the first period. And that takes us into the first intermission, which I'm gonna say this now because there was a lot of it in the first period, but this game was super heavy. Just a ton of hitting on both sides. We were tied at 45 hits apiece, partway into the third, and a couple of really big ones from Dallas players. Marchment laid a huge hit on Whitecloud. Jason Robertson laid a reverse hit on Mark Stone, which got the crowd going. Of course it did. They're still booing him. Like, this isn't Eichel in Buffalo. I don't understand the vitriol from Dallas Stars fans on Mark Stone. Your captain used his neck as a landing point last season and got a 2-game suspension. That's not Mark Stone's fault. The LTIR thing, sure, like, I get it, but that's not a personal attack against you guys. It sucks for you guys to have to face us, the defending champs, with this roster in the first round after the season that you guys have had. 100%. At the same time, like, it is what it is. And you just got to go out and win hockey games, especially because Vegas is doing nothing illegal. Both goalies were phenomenal. In the second period, there was back and forth, Oettinger and Thompson making incredible saves. There was one opportunity where Shea Theodore had 3 shots on net in a row. The first one was a good save by Otter, and it bounces out. He grabs it again, and then Otter falling down to the ground, glove save, and I would say that that's the save of the playoffs if it weren't for Bobrovsky's save yesterday. I know Freddie had some really good ones for Carolina, but that was a really fantastic save from Oettinger, and it had to have been less than 2 minutes later on the other end of the ice. Jack Eichel loses the puck in the neutral zone, and Wyatt Johnston grabs it, is able to skate around Pietrangelo, which, good on Johnston for outmuscling Petro there. And he comes in, goes far side, and Logan Thompson with the splits toe save, just barely got his toe out and is able to make that fantastic save on the other end of the ice. Obviously, Otters was better with the glove, but a fantastic response of a save on the other end from Logan Thompson. He had a phenomenal game. This dude has been a really solid player for us for the first 2 games. All night, both teams, both defensive sticks in the neutral zone, breaking up a ton of different passes. Really good job from both teams. It was really good hockey. I know the score was only 3-1, which is a low scoring game, but it was a really fun game still. Like, it was low event, but it was a ton of action and very entertaining. For this next play, I have to go over the entire thing because it was fantastic. Keegan Kolzar drops the pass for Zach Whitecloud, who does a spinorama against the boards past Matt Duchene. A fantastic beautiful move for him to pull off. I did not know he was capable of that. That was fantastic. That was so good. Avoids the defensive stick from Duchesne, is able to have this play happen from the get-go. Sends it through the crease, no one's there. Kolazar collects the puck back into the opposite corner, sends it back into Carrier, who's in the slot. He just kind of shovels it towards the net. And there's like 2, 3, 4 stars there, not counting Otter. 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, 4. And Nick Waugh all alone makes a fantastic move, pulls it back to his forehand, and Lundell with a great defensive stick to poke it away from Waugh, and he can't get to it. But you know who can? Noah Hannafin. Noah Hannafin was at the blue line when it was poked off, and he just skates up towards it, grabs it, and before I could even say that Waugh made a great move, but it was deflected by Lundell, it's already in the back of the net. He wired it. There was no way Otter could see that. That was fantastic. Just a really smart heads-up play, perfect shot placement to go past Otter to make it a 2-1 Vegas Golden Knights lead right before the second intermission. Absolute heartbreak for the Dallas Stars in that moment. And it was, I checked my heart rate at this point because it was the second period and it was already at 100. It went to 108 to end the second period. Just end. I'm skipping immediately to the third period because it averaged probably about a 100 the entire third period. And this is where the delay of game from Dallas comes in. I couldn't see it from the replays. ESPN's replays have been awful. The third shot that Theodore had on Otter right after Otter made that glove save in the second period, never showed it. A couple of the penalties called, they never showed it. And it was just like some of those things where it's like, and then with the puck over the glass, you couldn't definitively see it. It was a really rough call, and I do think that it touched the glass. And so Dallas Stars fans, I feel for you there. That's terrible. And our power play, Vegas, looked really good for the first minute and 10-ish seconds. Like it is the best power play that we've ever had in our franchise's history. Our power play has been awful until Hertl and Hannafin. So once Hertl joined, that Hannafin and Hertl on that, like just so good. And Dallas kills the penalty, so it was good for them. And to end this game, there were a lot of defensive lapses for Vegas. They created a ton of Dallas created a ton of different turnovers in Vegas's defensive end, but at the same time, Vegas wasn't doing themselves any favors. They kept just very, very lightly feathering the puck, trying to go, Stevenson specifically, trying to feather it all the way to the other side of the ice to Mark Stone. Like the slowest pass I've ever seen. If I tapped the right trigger on the game in NHL 24, it would be faster than that. That was ridiculous. And White Cloud had a turnover. Like just terrible stuff in the defensive zone to close out this game. So my heart rate just keeps climbing. I get more silent because this is just nerve-wracking. And then Dallas pulls Otter, and Dallas has a couple of really good opportunities, but Vegas's defensive sticks broke up a lot of different chances. So yes, they had their defensive lapses that created a ton of offensive zone pressure for Dallas, but their sticks got in the way of some really good shots and were able to help and get the puck away from dangerous rebound areas in the slot. And eventually Vegas has a couple of different options with the empty net, and Marchessault almost buries one. And then, mimicking the first goal of the game, Marchessault does a really good job keeping possession through the neutral zone, feeds it over to Eichel. Really good play from him for Eichel to bury it. And he has 30 career postseason goals, and this is his 5th playoff series. Like, obviously, if you're gonna go deep, you're gonna have more points, but like, this dude is an animal. Jack Eichel is a playoff performer. Let's see, that was 5, and then 6, 6, 5, so 22 playoff games last season, and then 2. He's 30 points in 24 games. Unbelievable stuff. And the thing is when that was scored, I was still nervous because even though there were 34 seconds left, anything can happen, especially after that Islanders-Canes game 2 days ago, where Carolina came back from down 3-0 and they were down, and it was just insane. 2 goals in 9 seconds, and I couldn't relax. That's how good the Dallas Stars are. Marchment and Foxa were both in the tunnel. They were both getting looked at by the trainer in the third period. I hope that they're okay. I want to go against the healthy opponent. I want us to have the playoff battle that it is. And Vegas and Dallas is such a good series. And it's because it's such a good series that I am just like, I'm having nervous breakdowns. And I don't have like anxiety, like it's terrible for my health. And that's how you know that it's good hockey, you know? The Vegas Golden Knights are up 2-0 and we head back to Vegas. Our next game is on Saturday in T-Mobile. Victory Flamingos, and it's still like, it comes and goes in waves about me feeling that this is playoff hockey. Like obviously the intensity and during the game, it's very clear, but like, it's just, we're up 2-0 in the playoff series in the first round against the Dallas Stars. Unbelievable. Anyways, it's gonna be it for round 1, game 2's nightly review. Thank you so much for watching and have a good night.